Hello, everyone. Welcome, beautiful women and men. We're so glad you're here for Fear to Fear, Speak Up and Stand Out. Kelly and I created this just for you, the women who are ready to stop hiding and finally show up like the leaders that you already are. So just a few tech things here. We're just going to give people a few minutes to hop on. If you're joining live, say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you're catching the replay, thanks for being here too. So give us just a minute. We're going to share this to a few different platforms, and then we'll be ready to go. So if you're just hopping on, please comment below. Please give us a thumbs up. Depending on which platform you're watching on, we may not see the comments here live. We're looking at the comments live here as much as we can. And if you are or haven't registered, make sure that you do so. I'm just going to drop the link here. I'm going to drop the link here. So if you can see it, you can go ahead and register. It may have just gone to YouTube. So I'm not sure where that link is going exactly, but we're live a lot of places because we want to get this message out because it's really fun. It's really powerful. Hi, Brenda. Good to see you. Feel free to share this video on your social media as well. So again, we're so glad you're here for this Fear to Fear, Speak Up, Stand Out. Kelly and I created this truly for you, for those of you who are ready to hear and share your voice, the women who are done hiding. They're just going to show up. They're going to come into and claim the leadership role that is available to them. So if you're having tech issues or you can't hear us for any reason, just let us know in the comments. And we want you guys to be here engaging, asking questions. So if you're joining live, again, let us know, drop an emoji, drop it in the chat. And I want to ask you, and I'm going to drop this in the chat. I'm curious, does visibility ever make your heart race or your mind freeze?
It does mine still.
Yeah. Kelly's a professional speaking coach. Yeah. She said that okay, visibility makes your heart race. I was just talking about an instance the other night where I stood up in front of a crowd of people and it was a very vulnerable moment. And I could just feel the fire on my back and my heart was racing. And I was like, should I sit down? Was this the wrong decision? Is everyone judging me? And I'm just like, you stand here, girl. You just stand here and you own this decision you made and you have your own back. And so it's so powerful when we can have our own back and support ourselves in this way. So if you're just joining us, please drop your name. Please share who you are. We want to hear from you, and we are going to hop right in. So Kelly has joined me for this incredible collaboration. She's got a lot of fun. She's got a lot of heart. She's an ADHD friendly speaking coach who helps entrepreneurs turn their wild idea storm into unforgettable speeches. And that's why we get along so well, because I've got a lot of crazy ideas, if you know me. And so she, these people keep getting invited back to speak, her clients, because it's really memorable. And she's an award-winning speaker, top 5% podcaster, so many fun things about Kelly, a best-selling author and host of the Speaking Adventures Cruise, which look amazing. She's pictures
so much fun.
Blogs. So she's here to help you speak better. She is here to help mission-driven entrepreneurs change lives from the stage. I love it so much. So glad you're here. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you. I'm excited for this. We're going to have so much fun today.
We are. There's so much to share here. And Kelly, share a little bit more about you.
Oh, okay. Well, I live in Utah because I know we're live, so anybody could be anywhere. So I'm in Utah. I have lived here since I got married in 1996, and I was a graphic designer for many years until God said, yeah, we're done with that, and it's time for you to become a speaker. And he completely tore my life apart and put it back together totally differently. And it is the best thing that ever happened to me. It was really painful at the time, but also exciting. And now I speak, I teach others to speak, and I can't even imagine a life not sharing my message, even though I used to be literally terrified of public speaking. Now I do it all the time and I love it. Still scared though. That part never goes away, right?
Yeah. And there's a level of excitement, or I like to say maybe nervousness when that happens. So hello, Terry. Hello, Brenda. I know you're just hopping on. And Kelly, I'd love for you to, since I gave you a formal introduction, introduce me, share who I am. Like, let's have fun with this collab. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited to introduce you because I was excited to meet you because you're awesome. And we had a really fun chat when we first met about ways that we could work together. And so I am really excited that you are also a doer like me, and we made it happen so fast. So let me tell you about this amazing woman, Helen, if you don't know her. Helen is a certified hypnotherapist, a success coach, an author, and a speaker who's all about bringing heaven to boardrooms, breakthroughs, and beachside yoga mats. I love that. She is a former nurse turned business mentor for powerhouse women. She helps high achievers get out of their own heads, because seriously, we live in our own heads, and into unstoppable momentum. She has programs like the Amplify Academy and HypnoBiz, where she blends her fierce love, mindset rewiring, and real strategy to help women show up, speak out, and succeed in a way that actually feels good instead of uncomfortable or icky. So she's amazing. This is going to be great.
Like a weight when we talk about our bios and what we do and who we help, it's like the weight, let the weight off your shoulders. Let us help you take the weight off your shoulders, the pressure that you put on yourself to show up, to be perfect. And I was just talking to the women in my Amplify Academy this morning about that perfectionism that we just hold, right? Like, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I offend someone? What if I mess up? Right? Like, do you ever hear that from your clients?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it happens. It will happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what? It's not the end of the world. Nobody's perfect. And if you try to be perfect, nobody's going to connect with you because they're going to feel like something's weird. Something's off. The energy will be off. Or you'll never do anything, because if you wait till it's perfect, you'll be waiting until you die.
You're just stuck in that. Oh, thank you for adding that little tidbit, because we can stop ourselves in perfectionism. Like, I have to get this right, and I have to say the right thing, and I don't want to offend anyone. One of my favorite books is the book Chillpreneur, and she talks about, if you never want anyone to say anything bad about you or your business, the only person on your email list should be your sweet little granny. Because she's always gonna be like, "Oh, sweetie, that's so great. You're so lovely." And so, is she paying you for the services you're providing? And maybe she does pay you well. I don't know what your granny does, but seriously, like, you are gonna offend people. You are gonna trigger people. And it's not out of intention or malice. It's out of like you sharing your story and being so darn passionate about it so that you can help others. So I would love, I would love to just hear, Kelly, one practical visibility tip just before we start, because we're each going to like kind of hop in and share our training. But maybe just like you share your tip in a minute, but maybe just like a real quick like visibility struggle that you've struggled with. I'm going to share how we overcome that, but like just like a little visibility struggle, just like a little mini personal story, if you have.
Okay, I have a really good one, and I don't know about your followers, but I know a lot of mine have this too, is that I am not the perfect weight. I'm not the perfect weight of a professional speaker. I'm not a size 2. Like, I'm not even a size 22. Well, maybe I am. But, the stress and the worry of thinking that people are going to judge me for being overweight if I let that stand in my way, I would never have become a speaker.
Mhm.
And I still worry about it sometimes, but I can't let it stop me. And somebody gave me the most beautiful, powerful thought that helped me overcome this. And here's what it was. What about all the women out there that feel like they have a story and think that they can never share it because they're overweight? Who's going to represent them? Who's going to inspire them? If I were a size 2 and I got up and was trying to inspire women, all of those women with weight problems would say, again, see, I can't go on stage. I don't look like her. So being myself, not worrying about my weight, and just showing up anyway gives all of those people who have similar issues with their weight permission to show up anyway. So
Uh,
that kind of blew my mind.
is
I'm
anyone
giving
hearing
them
this?
permission.
Is anyone connecting with this? Drop it in the chat. Like, give a heart emoji for Terry. That's a very vulnerable story. Wow. And the quote by Marianne Williamson, right? When we shine brighter,
Yes.
we invite others. We give others permission
Yeah,
to shine brighter too.
I love her.
So I was just, reflecting on this with the women I work with. Yeah, I see some hearts coming in. Thank you guys for your love. Whether you're watching live or the replay, drop your name. We want to know who's here. We want to talk to you. We want you to engage with us. So let us know who's here, and or if you're watching the replay. But just today, talking about this as far as, do you want to feel the discomfort now of maybe stepping onto the stage, or do you want to feel the discomfort at the end of the year when you're like, oh, once again, I didn't do what I wanted to do, what God has called me to do. Like you get to choose, because there will always be discomfort. And the power in this life and in your business is not about solving all the problems. It's about being big enough to respond and stay calm, respond and solve while staying calm.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so much about that. So thanks for sharing so much. Appreciate it.
What about you? Have you had a visibility struggle?
Yes. So
I
am going to, I've got a story I'm going to share during my training. And there's so many like, spaces I could step into right now. I could think about this, right? But at one point, someone told me, they're like, I can't believe you're a coach and that you help people do this when you're acting like that, or when you're doing this, or when you're, when you said that to me. And it like literally stopped me in my tracks, because it made me question who I was. It made me question what I was doing. Because we're all human beings. So we all make mistakes. And I say things that maybe I'm not proud of, or that I've learned from, or that I've failed in. And so that statement alone, to just like, number one, it did help me reflect on some of the things I was doing and wanted to shift. But number two, I let it shut me up for about 6 months. And looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I allowed what she said all the whole time. So many others are like, commenting and sharing, and this is good, and you're changing my life, and I'm helping people. But I just stayed quiet, because I was like, oh, what if she sees it again?
Yeah.
What if she sees it again? And what if she says something? And what if she questions me? And what if she throws that back at me? Like, I don't know, I can handle that. And so I let that stop me. And I've learned from that, and I'm grateful for that experience. And I know that it's so much more painful, all of the women that I didn't help in those 6 months, than the pain that I maybe felt from someone's comment,
Yes. Oh my gosh. And isn't it fascinating that we give so much weight to the one negative comment and ignore the 5,000 positive comments?
Yeah.
Why do we do that? But we all do it.
Yes.
We all do that. Oh my gosh.
So I want you to remember this. I had a coach and friend and mentor that she talks a lot about, like, there will always be evidence on both sides. Always. There will always be evidence. Are you going to focus on the evidence against you, or are you going to focus on the evidence for you? Because I promise you, you can dig up evidence both ways. So what do you want to focus on? So Kelly and I I'm loving this conversation. We connect and mesh really well together. So we're going to work our best to stay on track so we can get you everything that we have planned for you. And that includes Kelly and I both given you like a 10-minute training within this live to support you to go from fear to fierce. Even maybe some of you hearing these stories right away or right now are like, oh, wow, I'm not alone. Or wow, I just like was able to give myself permission to do that. So Kelly, I'm going to let you kick it off. Just sharing with the audience here, sharing with anyone listening live or the replay. This is going to be shared a lot. I just know it because it's so valuable. So just sharing some support for us, maybe some insights, some practical tips for visibility, maybe some mistakes that you see women make when they go to get on stage. And I love what you say too about like, if you own a business, you're already a speaker. Like you are. And people tell me all the time, like, I don't want to be on stage. I don't want to be seen. I'm like, but you're a speaker. Every single one of us that is physically able to use our voice. And even if we're not, like, we're speakers, we find ways to communicate. So Kelly, I'm going to like hand the floor over to you and you guys buckle up, get ready for Kelly here.
Awesome. Thank you. So if you are a business owner, yeah, you are automatically a speaker. And I meet a lot of people that have a problem with that because they are so scared of speaking that they deny it, they resist it, but that doesn't make it not true. It's always true whether you accept it or not. So I like to look at the reasons behind that. You know, I like to like you as a hypnotherapist, right? I like to dive deep and see, well, where is that coming from? And let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the source of that. So I used to be terrified of public speaking. Like the first time I was asked to speak, I literally did not answer the person. I just turned around, left the building, got in my car and drove home. I'm assuming they took that as a no, but I never said anything yes or no. I love
that story, by the way. Like every time I hear it, I was like, oh, snap. This was the speaking coach.
I know, my gosh. And it wasn't that. It was like only 20 years ago. So the fear is real and it takes over us. And, you know, the things that we're scared of are usually just in our own head. And we're imagining that everything will go the absolute worst when most of the time everything goes fine. And, you know, what you focus on grows. So if you focus on how terrible it's going to be, then it's more likely that you will mess up. So I like to have people focus on the audience, focus on the person you're talking to and what they're going to gain from hearing you speak. Because if you focus on you, like being judged, being rejected for your message, sounding stupid, tripping and falling when you go on stage, or if you go live and you have a million tech issues, though, if you focus on that, you're never going to have the confidence to speak. So I tell everybody, get out of your head, because that's where all that is, and get into your heart.
Yeah.
And I like to picture the Care Bear stare. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember the Care Bears.
I love the Care Bears.
They had a big comeback lately, which is fun. But, you know, when I was growing up, they had the Care Bear stare where they, you know, their little emblems on their stomach would light up and they'd shoot out these love beams. So I tell everybody, just give your audience the Care Bear stare. Send out love beams to your audience and think about how much you're going to help them with the thing you're teaching them. Yeah. And when you focus on the audience being transformed and uplifted, it takes all of those stupid negative thoughts away and just leaves love. And when you get up and you just speak with love, you give the best speech ever. And you let, if you're a God person, I'm a God person. I know Helen's a God person. When you speak with love, you let God work through you and you will say what the audience needs to hear. And guess what? If you get up and forget a whole section of your speech, it's probably because those people right there, right then, didn't need to hear that part. They needed to hear the part that you ad-libbed instead, that came to you as a download as you were on stage, because you were speaking with love. So you were opening up your intuition and you were saying what they needed to hear. I think that if you just focus on loving the people, everything gets easier. All
Mm-hmm.
of it.
Oh, and what about loving yourself?
Oh my gosh, yes. Because you know what? If you don't love yourself, it's really hard to get out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't love yourself, you've got that mental checklist of I'm too this, I'm not enough this. And you're going through that checklist subconsciously the whole time you're on stage
Yeah.
or just talking to anybody face to face. And guess what? People can feel that. They don't know what's wrong, but they can feel the energy of your negative thoughts. Even though they're directed at yourself, they can feel the negativity and they will feel uncomfortable around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really powerful. Your thoughts make so much difference. And you project the energy of your thoughts to everyone around you, whether you know it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love them, love you. Everything will go smoother.
I love it. I love it. So what I'm hearing is like the main like practical visibility tip is like love yourself, love
Yes.
the audience.
100%.
Yeah, Terry
Yeah.
said we are enough. Are there any other like practical visibility tips that you often share with your clients that is like,
Yeah.
maybe like elevator pitch or a speaking strategy that anyone listening can implement today?
Yeah. Here's a really good tip. Focus on one story and one lesson.
Mm.
Because when we get nervous, especially, we tend to word vomit.
That's me. Anyone ever been around me?
We just want to tell every single thing we know,
Yeah.
because we're so nervous, we panic. And
Mm.
so we just keep saying, well, and this and this and this and this and this. And then the audience checks out. They're so overwhelmed, then you've lost them.
Yeah.
So if you want to be visible and be confident about it, what's the word? Declutter your message.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Be more concise. Get rid of all the fluff. Focus on one story, one message, and wow, it's a lot easier and it's way more effective.
Oh, I love that. And if you live that message, if you own that message, if that message was a download, like you're going to be able to talk so fluently and eloquently about it when you're on stage, right? It's like something that's like second nature to you. You believe in it.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I love that so much. Anything else you want to share right now in this little aspect of the space we're in?
Yeah, I would love to talk about something that most people don't want to talk about. They have this fear that they're going to make people not like them or they're going to offend people.
Yeah.
Right? If they say what they really want to say, they're going to make people mad.
Yeah.
Well, I submit to you that is an excellent plan. That is a really good thing to do because here's why. You want to polarize people with your message. And, if you've got a thin skin and you're worried about what everybody thinks of you, this is going to be extra hard. And in that case, work on your people pleasing, right?
Please stay on the call. Please keep watching. We're at the point of a breakthrough here. Please stay on, people pleasers. We love you.
Yes. I am a recovering people pleaser and I'm not totally over it. So this is why I know this.
Yeah.
So when you have a thin skin, it's really hard to do this. But if you want to be successful in business, especially, you've got to learn to let go of that fear of wanting everyone to be okay with you. You'd never want to offend anybody. You never want to make anybody think bad things about you. But you really do kind of need to let go of that because if you polarize your audience, you're pulling in the people that are for you. You're pulling in the people that really need you. And you're pulling in the people that are, magnetically attracted to you because of what you stand for. If you try to please everybody all the time and always be, temperate, always be neutral, then you're going to end up not pulling in those people that need you, by also rejecting the people that aren't for you, by making them not like you with your posts or the things that you're saying. So polarizing is a really difficult thing for people to do, but also really crucial. It's hard to do, but you really need to do it. So, you've got to learn how to let go of the fear of not everybody liking you. It's okay.
Yeah.
You're going to survive. And in fact, things will go better.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I needed to hear that. This audience needs to hear that, right? Like when you said, like, yeah, you want to polarize people.
You do.
Yeah.
And it's a little painful, but
yeah.
But so worth it.
We get to then connect with the most beautiful people that give us energy, that don't, take from us, that we can pour into and don't feel totally depleted. And that is powerful.
Oh my gosh.
So powerful. I love that. I can't help. This is a weird analogy, and I'm just going to say it because I follow my intuition, but I keep thinking of like a bug zapper. Like the light, and it's like, it's like people are like, I can sit there and be like mesmerized by it, but I'm not going to put my finger in. But it's like some people might get mad at us and like try to put their finger in, and they're just going to get zapped.
Yeah.
So
that's hilarious.
If you need to look at that, I love to play with imagery. This morning we talked about. I love you. If any of my Amplify clients are on the call, but like we talked about a pacifier, right? Like, let's just imagine like giving that person space to throw their fit and just giving them a ring pop. It's okay, right? It's just not a problem.
I love that.
So how do we pacify them? We don't fix it. We don't change ourselves. We just allow them to have their own thoughts, because if we are expecting someone to think or feel differently, we're trying to control them.
Right.
And so stop doing that.
That is not our job.
This is not our job, and it will take all of our energy. Thank you so much for sharing that, Kelly. I love how you talked about mindset and people pleasing and overthinking. And, like I said, I've got another like mini story about something that led me to like stepping back from visibility or self-doubt, really. And I'm going to just take you back to my early days as a nurse. I was brand new. I was eager, excited. I've always been, if you've known me, like I've had this energy like my whole life. Like I'm just like, let's go. It's fun. I was showing up fully. I was doing all the things that I thought I should be doing as a new nurse. I was excited. And then I got called into the director nurse's office. I don't know, like a couple months in, maybe it was like a month or two.
Yeah.
I was told something that stopped me cold. And he said, someone reported you for being too confident. And that was like, I see your face, Kelly. I was like, yeah, that was my response. And I was like, first of all, I was going to beat him down to figure out who it was, because I was going to like do something with coffee, right? Because I was so first I was like angry, but like, let me tell you this. I wasn't unsafe. I wasn't doing something I was unqualified to do. I was just too much. I was just too confident.
Yeah.
And so I remember being very mad at first. And then I started to spiral without even noticing, right? I started second guessing everything. Was I speaking too directly? Who was watching in the wings to report me next?
Yes.
Should I pretend to know the answer? Would it feel safer if I made myself a little bit smaller? Like I didn't volunteer for everything, or I didn't help everyone. And that moment really just planted, like I said, it just planted something that I didn't recognize until years later. Even when I was preparing for this, I had this memory and I was like, I have to share this story. And, something that got planted was, it's dangerous to be fully seen. Yeah. And I'm just curious if any of you can connect. Maybe you've never said that or thought that directly, but how have you shown up in life or not shown up in life because underlying it feels dangerous to be fully seen?
Yeah.
This word was just thrown out to me this morning. Actually, it feels like danger, danger.
Yeah.
So of course I became the queen of overthinking. I softened my tone a little bit, especially around, because he did drop the name. So especially around the person who reported me, I just, was really trying to watch my P's and Q's. Gosh, forbid, I don't want to be reported again.
Oh.
And then I asked more questions than I needed to, like unnecessary questions. And like, this is a revelation that's coming into my brain, like just this week as I prepared for this, because I ask a lot of questions and I used to ask a lot of unnecessary questions. Like, oh, it's like that's one of the reasons I was doing that. Right.
Yeah.
And then when I stepped into my business and being seen, of course, these patterns follow you. They love to just like be along for the ride, hop in your suitcase, be like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I'm coming along with you. And so I'm just curious if any of you have felt like you're afraid to say the wrong thing, or maybe you hold back on social media. That was a big thing for me, right? After someone said that to me, right?
Yeah.
Because I knew she was watching, and she said that in, like a text. She's like, how can you do this? Because you're a terrible person. And I'm like, oh,
wow.
How can I do that when I'm a terrible person, right? And maybe you over-explain yourself or your offer, or you have to justify everything to everyone.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a real life example, right? Someone asked one of my clients, they said, well, your business card looks really, really nice. You probably had AI do it. Like, you had AI take this picture. So she said to me, so I'm going to go post on my social media pictures of the photographer taking my professional photos so that people can know. I said, no, you're not. Not to tell you what to do, but like, no, listen up. You say like, wow, thanks. Yeah, of course. I'm a professional. I look awesome. Of course my pictures look great.
Yeah.
She was going to take her precious time and energy to make sure she shared a post so that people knew that like a photographer took her pictures. I'm like, no, you're not. No. I mean, you can if you want to, but we don't do that. We don't do that in the Amplify Academy. We are okay with people saying things, right? Like, I want you to notice what you're getting triggered about when it comes to speaking out and showing up. Because if someone says something and you get triggered, you get to say, wow, what am I scared of? Right? You get to work on that.
Right.
And like you said, sharing your message to the audience, right? Like, how do you get out of your head and into your heart and know this isn't about me. This isn't about maybe how anxious I am, or that I wore 2 different socks, or I don't know what happens on the day of your speech or when you show up. You probably have some funny stories that are awesome, but like, this isn't about me. This is about the people that I am connecting with, the people that I'm sharing with. So if you're showing up like with a filter and not using your full voice, like, I just want you to know, any of these questions, anything I've said, like, you're not alone, right? Like, we've all had experiences like this. Like Kelly and I have both shared very personal experiences. And most women I work with aren't struggling with what to say. They're struggling what it means to be seen, to be visible, confident, unapologetic, and not get punished for it, right? Because then we punish ourselves. We're like, overthinking. What did I say? Should I have done that? Right? So what really changed for me was, your voice isn't a threat. People may feel like it's a threat, especially if they're not in a space of their true self or their heart, right? They're in your head, so they might be judging you.
Right.
And again, unless you want everyone to absolutely love and praise you and bend down at the knees and stop for holy hour for you, like, then the only person you should ever talk to is your sweet old grandma. Yes. Some great things coming in the chat, like that happens when we doubt ourselves and over evaluate if we're being judged or think someone might judge. And Christy said, women in the arena. Christy, share that reference. There's a book that Christy often shares with me. So your voice isn't a threat. It is such a gift. And when you start trusting it, and stop performing for, usually it's one or two or a handful of people that you're like, I better say this because of that, right?
Right.
But when we trust ourselves, everything shifts. Everything shifts. And that's why we're having this conversation today, because we want to help you shift. We want you to feel, right, a little bit of that fear, and then be able to release it, be able to work through it, be able to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So many women I know, they're like, they shove it down, or they're like, it's not there, or it shouldn't be there. I'm like, actually, it's a part of you. So like, give it space, give it give that fear a chance to speak. And then you give it a pacifier and put it in bed. Right. Like, hey, no, here's what we're going to do. And like Kelly said, she gets to the root, right?
Yes.
We both have strategies. We can teach and coach people all day.
Yeah.
And you are all so intelligent. You can follow that. But It's that overcoming, that deep, like getting to the root, being able to define what that means for you, and reprogramming those beliefs that say, like, don't be too much. You're not safe here, because that might be the soundtrack that is going on in your head. And then you get to really speak up and out with confidence and clarity. And it's so beautiful. So I'm curious if any of you have felt like your voice has been muted, or if you're trying to hide, shrink, or feeling like you're not quite yourself when you show up. Anyone? Feel free to drop it in.
I find it really fascinating that all of us really, we could trace everything back to either I'm too much or I'm not enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see that? I mean,
yeah,
that
all the time.
It's usually one of those two things.
Yeah. I love that. That's, yes, one of the two or many thoughts that I hear when I help women with hypnotherapy, to find that truth, to find, just to become very aware, right? We go through our days protecting ourselves, right? And it feels so much safer to not say that, because I'm worried that XYZ might happen. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So,
and we give away our power to those people.
Oh, yeah.
Those like one or two haters out of the 500 people that love us, we give all of our power over to those haters.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, counterproductive. Yeah.
It is. And I want you all to think, like, thank you for saying that, Kelly, because I want you all to just imagine, like, when that happens, when you're giving your power to the haters, just, I know it feels heavy in the moment. I know it feels really scary in the moment. But again, when I pause and think about 90 days from now, right? Like, if I were to not do this, what are women or my clients or my customers, like, what am I holding back from them?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I'm actually hurting more people by not sharing my voice, including me. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's always people looking for help. They're always looking for the next step.
Yeah.
And, the timing can be very delicate sometimes. And they could be ready to hear your message. And you could be in a hiding moment because of a negative comment you got on Facebook last week.
For sure.
I mean, I don't know how many times that happens, but get over it fast. Get back out there.
Right? It's not about solving the problems. It's not about stopping the haters. It's, and let me just, like, Kelly and I both know there are incredible people in this world. We surround ourselves with them. And if someone, might say something, it's an easy decision. It's a block. It's a boundary. It's like, I'm just not going to give it a voice. Right. And I do that out of love. It's like, I love you so much. I'm going to just really, like, so much love to you. That's my favorite phrase. So much love to you. And so, again, it's not about never having this happen.
Right.
Because life happens.
It will happen.
Yeah. It's really about just being big enough to respond and solve while remaining calm. And that might be taking a breath. That might be activating yourself, right? Snap. I love to teach little activations, and I love to use props all the time, right? Kelly talked about loving the audience. Like, the last speech I gave, I handed out heart sunglasses.
Love it.
And Yes, we see so many through the lens of love, but are we also seeing ourselves through that lens? And
Right.
so whatever visual you need, whatever activation you need, a lot of people say like, well, I need a break from it all, or I need to take a sabbatical, or I need a whole bottle of wine in the next 10 minutes. I promise you there are simpler ways to activate yourself in and through. And these are the concepts that we love to help women with when it comes to visibility. Yeah.
Yeah,
So if
definitely.
you're having any questions right now, if you have any feedback or want to share anything that's connecting, I know a lot of you are here in the chat engaging, but if you have any questions specifically for Kelly or I, put them in the chat so that we can help you with them.
Yeah.
So we both know that this is just the beginning for your visibility, right? Even though we've been doing this for years, like I truly believe like this is just like it's only going to get better. I'm only going to grow. I'm only going to learn things. I'm only going to fail some more so that I can keep back up and coming up stronger. So if your voice has felt muted, if you're really tired of hiding or shrinking or feeling like you're not quite yourself when you show up, you don't need a new script. Like, let me repeat this. Like having the perfect script, having the perfect price point, having, like so many people, and I used to do this too. I'm like, oh, I want to see what you're doing, or I need to know what this is. And it's like, that's not the problem. You need to be fully in your voice. You need to activate yourself. You need to get out of your head and into your heart and trust yourself. And Kelly and I would love to help you get there together. We've had so much fun creating something like really, really unique. It's a way to keep this momentum going. And it's like this training called Fear to Fierce. And so what it looks like is you having the capability to work with both Kelly and I to open up that visibility, to trust your voice, to clear the inner blocks, and to build the skills and confidence that you need to stand out. Kelly, you want to share anything else about this incredible like space that like has never happened before and may never ever happen again? I don't know, right? This is only the beginning.
I know, it's so fun. It's so exciting. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be life-changing, especially for the people that they just feel drawn to unmute themselves, because living a life muted is painful. Choose your pain, right? Choose your hard. There's always going to be pain. There's always going to be hard things, but you get to choose what your pain is and you get to choose what your heart is. And I think we are going to help some people in amazing ways start choosing a different way, showing up, being brave, clearing blocks. Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. I'm very excited for this. I'm so glad that we created this and together, like we're covering all the aspects of this issue. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so I want you to, whether you are here live, whether you are watching the replay, I want you to just imagine how it would feel 3 months from now when speaking feels natural for you.
Yeah. When you don't want to run away when someone asks you to speak.
Yeah. Or when showing up on video doesn't send you into a spiral. I have to be perfect. I have to have all the right stuff. I have to, make sure I have a script and I can't mess up. And have any of you like done a video and then recorded it like 10, 50, 100 times? Anyone?
I hear about that a lot actually from my clients.
Yeah. So when I first started, I'd like, and this is where I feel the challenge with people who go live in their stories or they go live on their social media is they're like, I can't go live. I'll record it and then I'll go live. And then they spend hours.
Yes.
Hours. Okay. Christy's like, goodness, my YouTube all the time. Right.
Oh, right.
So I want you to know that, 3 months from now, you can break through, you can be broken through from this and support yourself in that self-love so that it feels natural. Yeah. And just like the last speech I gave, I stood up and right away, I was feeling kind of nervous, right? I was in front of some people who I had never met, who come from a few different backgrounds of life who were like from young to old. And I just said, I know I can't mess this up because I've done a lot of silly things. I've said so many stupid things in my life that like, what's the worst I could say? And like, that's how I opened it up. And
awesome.
Just being natural and softening into that. And letting people know you're human, right? People don't want to see you when you go up and you're like a robot and you like follow every word from the script. They want to see the real you. And it's so, so powerful. So we want to share today that the doors are open for our program from fear to fierce. So what that really looks like is me supporting you with some hypnotherapy to clear those inner blocks. And then you step into speaking and visibility coaching with Kelly to build those skills and confidence to stand out. And together in this package support, you are going to feel so natural on stage, on video, on camera, talking to your neighbor, going uptown, right? Sharing your business cards with someone. I'm just going to drop the link here in the chat so that you can take a look at this and see all of the incredible things that come along with this. And we would love to walk this journey with you and support you as you continue to step into the power that your voice already is. A lot of us are like, well, I'm not ready, or it's not powerful enough. I'm like, oh no, it's already there. It's already there. We just have to turn up the volume on it. John Acuff talks about this, like you have to turn your volume up or down on the soundtracks that you're playing. And so we get to just support you with that. So your voice is so powerful. Kelly, what else do you have to share with everyone before we let them step back into their day?
Your voice is really powerful, and your voice can reach people in ways that you have no idea. And when you are so worried about, perfectionism, being judged, nobody cares about that. If you show up perfect, great for you, but not great for the people you're talking to, because people value authenticity so much more over perfectionism. And we are going to help you do that. I think this is such a good combination with the hypnosis to break through the blocks, because when you step into speaking, all those fears slow you down so much. They make everything so much harder. So I think the way we have built this is literally amazing, because the blocks are going to be crushed before you step into the speaking. And I've never seen a program like this. I've never seen such a perfect combination for people to clear the fears before they step into the thing that scares them, because it's not going to scare them as much anymore. It's going to be such a great flow. The flow of this is so well planned out. I'm very excited for it.
Oh, me too. And like you said, I've never seen anything like this, right? Like you get to release the blocks, then you get to do the work. Because again, we can both teach you. Kelly can teach you how to speak. She can teach you what you need to execute. But we all know several guidebooks that we have, several programs that we've bought, several, worksheets that we've wanted to do and things we've wanted to implement. But have you done them? And maybe some of you haven't, amen, and weighted discipline, and kudos to you. But if you think of any of them that you haven't, why not? And maybe you say time, maybe you say resources, but this is like such a surefire way to just support yourself, to get visible, and then to learn the actual and have the actual capacity to speak up. Yeah. And it's really fun and it's really powerful. And we're so excited to support you. So we dropped the link. If you signed up for this masterclass, you'll be getting more details afterward. You'll be getting a link to the replay so that you can come back and watch this. Please share it with other women who are in life, in business, who maybe are too scared to speak up. And this is not like, right, speaking up and taking, from fear to fierce is not like telling someone what they need to do, right? It's not like we're going to bust a cap. No, it's like, or they need to know this. No, this is like, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. I don't have to justify. I don't have to explain. I feel like as speakers or humans, we don't get our message across because all we're trying to do is make people understand. And it's like when we just show up authentically, right? This is why reality TV is so popular.
Right.
Like, I was just like, oh, snap. Did you just see what they did like that? Whoa, that wasn't scripted.
Right? We want to see the real person, real reactions. We want to hear real thoughts.
Yeah. If anyone knows of a reality TV show who needs someone like me, like I always think that would be fun. That would be fun. Just follow me around for a month. You will.
I think that'd be fun too.
You will have some footage.
Yes. Sure.
So we love you. We are so grateful for this space, for this time, for all of you who showed up live and all of you who will be catching the replay and supporting yourself with, even if it's just one word that we said or one phrase that we dropped, take it, use it, test it out, and keep stepping into your voice. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share, Kelly?
Are we going to share some cool details about the program?
Yes, we can. I did drop a link, and the details, like I kind of shared a little bit, right? Like a little teaser is what this looks like is it's 4 months of us supporting you, right? You step into hypnotherapy to really release those blocks and let go, have them drop away, find the root of those thoughts that have been keeping you stuck or silent, right? Your silence only is hurting you. Right. And so I want to help you break free of that. Along with that comes, a full month of support from me and my team with not only the hypnotherapy, but then strategy. Like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this thought that I just broke free of? And then after that, you'll step into support. And Kelly, I'll let you explain kind of your portion of what it looks like to work with you.
Yeah. So mine will be 3 months. And we will have weekly group sessions. And you also get, every month you get a one-on-one session with me also, just you and me.
Like so valuable, by the way.
Right?
Sorry. I just like so valuable to get a one-on-one session every week with Kelly.
Yeah. We really dive deep on, what your message could be, who your ideal audience is, and we get you prepared to get up on stage and feel confident. And during the group sessions, we will have really fun things like little visibility challenges, exercises to get you used to being visible. We'll do some really fun social media things. We'll do an audit of your social media, see how you're showing up, and does it match with how you want to be showing up. So it's going to be so helpful. We're going to cram a lot of stuff into those 3 months. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the 3 months, you're going to look back and say, oh my gosh, why did I wait to do this?
Yeah, why did I wait? Right. That's probably the number one thing I ask women. It's like, what do you wish? Oh, I wish I would have done it sooner. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Kelly and I are just here to support you, to love on you, to help you with being seen, to take your fear and transform it into your story and transform it into your authenticity, which is meant for the world, right? Like she said, up on stage, if you have any thoughts that might, be riddled with doubt or unworthiness, whether for the audience or yourself, they're going to feel that. And so we want to help you step into your most authentic self, get out of your head and into your heart and freaking share your message, explode the work, the ideas, the passion, the mission that you have in your belly, in your heart.
Yeah. And you don't even have to do this for stage speaking. You can use this just telling people about your business. Because if you own a business, you are always speaking. You are always selling your product. Whether outright or not, you're always, you're representing your product or your service. Yeah. So you can use these techniques for any kind of communication. You don't have to be on stage. to be giving a speech. You can be just talking with someone about what you do passionately, sharing the message of what you're about. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you have the product or service that you have? And how do you want to help change the world? I love world changers. And my purpose statement talks about how I attract world changers to me so that I can help them change the world on a bigger scale. So that's what we're going to be doing in this program. We're going to help you change the world. However you want to change it, we're going to help you do it more effectively and on a bigger scale.
Amen. I love that you talked about, not needing to be or wanting to be on stage. And some people don't ever desire that. No. But every time you talk to someone, you're speaking. Every time, if you own a business, every time you sell to someone, you're speaking. Yeah. So let's really get to the bottom of what's behind that voice so that people are just drawn to you. They're attracted to you. They're like, oh my gosh, that energy is like so magnetic.
Yes.
Yeah, it is, because it's natural. I want to see your magnetic energy too. And then, we just come together and change the world. So thank you so much, Kelly. It's been so much fun to do this with you. And this is my favorite phrase, one of my favorite phrases right now. I have many, but like, this is only the beginning, right? Yes. We're going to share this opportunity. It's going to be available for you for 1 week. So until August 8th, next Friday. So all of you who like hem and haw about things, or if you're overthinkers, like, don't overthink this. Just like come in and let us help you. Let us support you in using your voice. And so I dropped the link again. If you signed up for the masterclass, or if you didn't, please let us know. We'll be sending you the link for this opportunity. We'll be sharing about it. Share it with your friends. Share it with women who, maybe want to be on stage or have a business, but are too timid to talk about it. And they're not where they're at in their life or their business. We're here to help. We're here to change the world. And Kelly, this is only the beginning.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Please, like I said, send either one of us a private message or drop it in the chat. I've already dropped the link, and we'll make sure we follow up and drop the link in all of the spaces where we went live today. Yeah. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.